listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, and we thank you so much for joining us. We come your way Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and this program is designed deliberately to build your mental resiliency and to offset the negatives that you encounter in life and generate some new possibilities. And this is Friday. It's a beautiful day. You know what we usually say on Friday? Thank God it's Friday. On Friday, I don't like to deal with anything serious on Friday. I like to use my imagination and think of some stuff that won't tax my mind. I'm sure you can identify with that. It's a time where we just like to just relax and let go and just take a deep breath. And today I was thinking about a study that I was reading here, and there's a term in golf called a mulligan, okay? A mulligan's called a do-over. I want to read this to you, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Matters of the heart top the list of things people regret most in life, according to a groundbreaking new study by a pair of Canadian researchers. The research debunks the enduring idea that education-related regrets are the most haunting. Regrets involving romance were claimed by 18% of the respondents, while family regrets were the second most common at 16%. But although romantic regrets prevail, women are significantly more likely than men to say so. Nearly 45% of women admitted they harbored regrets of the heart, whereas just below 20% of the men said it was the case. For guys, regrets related to work were more prominent than sentimental feelings about the one that got away. Work-related regrets plagued nearly 35% of the men, compared to roughly a quarter of the women. Regrets involving education and career were also prominent, while other domains included finance, parenting, health, friendship, spirituality, community, leisure, and self. I was thinking this morning, just a few moments ago, in fact, If I had a do-over, I just want to ask you, and I want you to think about this. Think about this now for a moment. I want you to think about that moment in your life. At some point in time, when you look at your life, think about that moment. If you could take it back, you would. That moment that you could call for a mulligan, you could do over, you would. What is that moment? It might be in a relationship. It might be about your career. It might be about some decision that you made that was a life-altering decision. Or it might be something that you did. If, when you think about it, you would take it back. You would do it over. What is your mulligan? What is your do-over? You think about it. And I was just looking at that. And when I really think about it, I have some do-overs. And a major do-over I would do in one critical area. It was a career decision. I had this show years ago, and it was canceled. And the do-over I would do, I would keep moving forward. I would continue to promote myself. The show was canceled. They canceled the show. I canceled myself. And so, and I've been thinking about that. It's been prominent in my conversations with my children, with my grandchildren, with speakers that I work with. Do not let defeats define you. And I literally allowed that moment in my life to define me. I was higher in terms of my career than I'd ever been. And I had my mentor saying, Les, this is not the mountaintop for you. This is just a place where you're going. But in my head, I was thinking, this is as good as it gets. I have arrived. When I saw my picture and they had a place for me in New York at a studio and they had my names up in light, I said, this is it. But when they say the show is canceled, and I asked them to give me my suits, and they say, yeah, you can have those too. So when I look, what would you do differently? What is the do-over in your life, Les Brown? That's one. And when I think about it, I have not been one to handle disappointment and regrets well, or failures or defeats well. And I think that I know that's one area. I have grown in that area and still growing, but I would do that over. That's when I would take back not moving forward, take back feeling ashamed, take back being embarrassed, take back not saying, you know what? I'm moving forward. I've got something of value, and I'm going to allow myself to move forward, and I'm going to make this happen in spite of this. I've done this in other areas of my life, but for some reason, I can't even explain to myself, other than the embarrassment and the guilt, and maybe I felt that I was over my head, some area of my own psyche that maybe that fear of success, that maybe I could not handle it, some area, maybe the fear of failure, some area in my head that I haven't gotten in touch with, maybe at the subconscious level, that governed my behavior and my decision not to move forward. So that's my do-over. I would have continued to move forward. I would have continued with my idea of positive television that could make people feel good, television that people can grow mentally and emotionally and spiritually, just what I'm doing right now in radio. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would be as relentless about this as I've been about other things in my life. What's a do-over for you? When you look at your life, something you could take back, a decision you made, maybe it's about a career, maybe it's about a relationship, maybe it's about something you did. You say, you know what? That was dumb. I was Mr. Buckethead on that one. That's my do-over. That's my mulligan. That's my take back. What decision? What is it? Maybe a job, maybe some relationship with someone, whatever that is. I want you to call me. My name is Les Brown, and we have positive conversations talking about, and we're reflecting on life. What's your mulligan, all right? The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. I'm sure I'm going to come up with some more for you, but that's one that I can come up with right now off the top. That's always at the front of my head, and I'm thinking about that. I want you to call me now. I want you to think about that moment in your life that you would like to take back, or it's a do-over for you. You say, you know what? If I could do that one over. The number to call is 888-539-2980. My name is Les Brown. You're listening to KFWB.